Hi, this is Dr. Levi, and you're here with the Dr. Levi Show. We have a wonderful guest with us today. Is Dr. Cynthia Thaik. Quite an extraordinary lady. She's a cardiologist here in Los Angeles, and as I said earlier, I met her at the Los Angeles Fitness Expo this year, and I gravitated to her booth because it was about health and fitness, but also she and I, from what I understand, I think we're the only two physicians who were there for the entire expo. So it was great to meet another healthcare practitioner. So welcome, Dr. Tyke. How are you doing?
Thank you, Dr. Levi. Great to be here.
Well, we're so glad to have you here. Dr. Tyke is a cardiologist here in Los Angeles, and she's Harvard trained. She's an assistant clinical professor at UCLA and just has a lot to offer because her thoughts and views about fitness, health, and well being are akin to and similar to mine, especially about the issues of vibrational energy and healing. So, Dr. Tyke, tell us about yourself, young lady.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here with
Thank you.
you. I think that we're very much akin, very much aligned in terms of our way of thinking. I've been practicing cardiology for 20 years, and I have this unique way of sort of integrating and blending my Eastern background with obviously Western medicine. I was
Absolutely.
trained in, at Harvard and University of Chicago. So I came from a very, traditional background
Yes.
and was practicing medicine for 20 years. And along the way was getting a little bit frustrated that I wasn't making concrete changes and,
Yes.
and, and came to learn that really the only people who can make those changes are the patients themselves, in
Absolutely.
terms of, and you know that. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I love the fact that you really are about integrative medicine. And for you and I, this has been at the forefront. This is not new for us. This is where we've always practiced. We've practiced by listening to the patients, by understanding the importance of gratitude, by understanding the importance of letting them know, think about health and think about healing. Don't focus on the journey of not being healthy right now. See yourself as already healthy. See yourself as already achieving that.
Right, absolutely. In fact, I have this four-step method.
I want to hear about the four-step
Yeah,
method. I think it's wonderful.
yeah, and think that it's really important for people to understand that they have control
Yes.
over their destiny.
Yes.
Okay, and it's a matter of knowing how to achieve that goal. And I would propose to you that all too often we spend more time planning our week vacation to France, right?
Right, right, right.
Or our weekend or where we're going to go eat, at a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to the important things like our health, our
Right.
life, we don't give it,
The
enough
time.
thought, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
so we
yes.
we let life happen to us. We assume that our health is whatever it is, and we take this very passive role. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't need to be that case.
Well, how do you think people should make? What are your steps to take those vibrational shifts?
Yeah.
What are your
So
steps for that?
step number one is really having a purposeful vision.
Yes.
Really having great clarity. I didn't get here to this radio station without knowing the address to put into my GPS, right?
Correct.
Couldn't get into the freeway and just start driving aimlessly. But yet, all too often, patients do that. They start this fitness program, they join this gym and was motivated for 2 weeks. They, go on this fad diet here and there,
Right.
and they don't have a purposeful vision. And
Absolutely.
it's so important for them to have a destination, to have specific clarity. It
Yes.
isn't good enough to say I want to lose 10 pounds or
Mhm.
I want to be healthy
Right.
because I don't know what that means, and
Hmm.
it means different things to different people.
Yes, it does.
So you want to have great clarity. I want to be in a size 6 bikini on
Right.
the beaches of Maui. I want to be able to, hike, Mount Everest or whatever that might be. And when you do that, when you have that vision, there is this emotion that comes with it. And it's so important to align those two things, okay?
Absolutely.
Because you were talking in your introduction about, are we just, making the talk? Are we just trying to say we're going to do this for our husbands or wife or our
Right.
children, or are we doing it for ourselves?
Correct.
And really the emotions are going to tell you that. Your thoughts are your conscious,
Yes.
mind, but your emotions are your gateway to your unconscious. And
Absolutely.
and you'll know when your emotions and your thoughts are aligned.
Yes.
There's a feeling there. So that's step number one, is really having that real clear vision.
And I love that fact because when you have purpose and emotion aligned like that, then you have the vibration of intentionality in line.
Absolutely.
Therefore, by definition, you have to get manifestation.
Yes,
It's a
absolutely.
universal law. You
Yes.
have to get it.
Yes. And step two is being mindful.
Mm,
Okay. I think all too often we're preoccupied with either, our regrets about what didn't or didn't happen in the
yes,
past, or fear and anxiety about what the future holds.
correct.
We forget that we only live here in the now.
Yes,
Okay. And it's just, um, and when you do that, when you start practicing mindfulness, I mean, it allows you to escape out of the mind and into the body.
right.
And I think your body is really where your spirit, your soul lies.
Yes,
And
it does.
and I very much believe that, that each and every one of us has this amazing ability to heal ourselves, and we just need to be able to connect with that.
Yes, I really appreciate the statement of we only have the now, which is so true
Right.
because the past is already done. We can't change anything. We have right this moment. We don't have the next second. We don't know,
Mhm.
but we have now.
Right.
And I think when you live, as you said so beautifully, in a state of mindfulness, in a state of purposefulness, your life will continue to trend upward and go to a place where you want it to go
Yeah.
because you're in control. You're not letting the stream simply take you, even though life's going to take you. You know, you can't go upstream, it's going to take you. But why not take it with the least amount of resistance? So if you're mindful and purposeful about that journey, you'll go with more love and more joy and more happiness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What about step three?
Step three is taking purposeful action. I love Wallace Waddle in his The Science of Getting Rich says, by thought we create,
Yes.
by action we receive. And it's so important to not only have that clarity of vision, but to take purposeful action. And by action, sometimes patients get intimidated, right? They think that, oh my God, I got to go out and, run for an hour. No, it is taking the very smallest of action, but purposeful action. What can you do today to advance your cause? What can you
Correct.
do today to get you closer to your vision? And I think if people just take that forward action,
Yes.
they'll be amazed at what they can achieve.
Well, one thing I talk about here on the show, Dr. Thaik, is that I think it's so imperative when you embark on a journey, not only one of spirituality, but one of health, fitness, and well being, that you consider taking small, sustainable steps to have long term maintained gains. If you go out and run a marathon, you've been on a couch for 20 years, not going to be a pleasant situation. But if you haven't walked for 20 years and you start to walk a half a block for 2 weeks, then a block the third week, then 3 blocks the fourth, then it progresses and it's sustainable.
Right. That's
So,
what I love about what you teach in your book, because you take them through, small, actionable steps.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And they can
that's
do it
key.
with the least amount of pain, but more importantly, they can do it with efficiency as well as purpose.
Yes, and
And
consistency, right?
consistency,
Yeah, absolutely.
commitment, consistency, diet, exercise, rest, and
Yeah,
recovery. That's the art of fitness. It
absolutely.
really is. Now,
Absolutely.
what about step four?
Yeah, step four, I always say, is cleaning out your closet.
Love it.
Okay. It is getting rid of, or at least recognizing, acknowledging your limiting beliefs,
Yes.
because we all have them, right?
Yes, we do.
We're always in a constant flux of judgment, and often negative self-talk as opposed to positive self-talk.
Mhm.
And with this notion that been there, done that, tried it, fail, lose the weight, gain the weight, I'm not, my knees hurt, I can't exercise. And if you recognize them for what they are just limiting beliefs. None of
Absolutely.
that needs to be true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The statement you said about losing weight, I was just talking to a patient about 3 weeks ago, and she was telling me, she said, well, Dr. Harrison, I'm losing weight, I'm gaining. I said, well, let's get a new word for it. I said, why don't we think about this? Think about yourself as now releasing the weight.
Yeah.
Because if you lose, you can always find something that you've lost. So let's not lose it. Let's just release it and bless it and let us dissolve it into its native nothingness so that it's no longer a part of your being, and more importantly, no longer a part of your consciousness. Because if you're in that, what I call large body consciousness, thinking that, well, I've always been obese, no matter what I do, I'm going to remain obese, well, you've lost the battle and you've lost the war. But if you go to a place of knowing that, okay, I'm overweight right now, but I love my body just the way it is. I love my body on a cellular level. And I know that I'm going to make small steps, mindful and purposeful, to go where I want to go. You can do it without any self judgment. And as you said again, so so wonderfully. Any negative self talk, you can get to where you want to go.
Absolutely. I think I love that we think the same way, and both you and I really coach our patients, right, to be very mindful about our thoughts, right, to be
Absolutely.
the guardian, the gatekeeper to the portal of our mind,
Yes.
because just little subtle shifts in how we frame it can really make a difference.
Absolutely.
Um, Wanting to lose weight keeps you fat because you're
Right.
always going to want to lose
Right.
weight.
In a want stage.
Yeah, in the one stage. So you have to be in the being state.
Right.
You have to be, I am the person that is going to be at this point.
Yes.
And right here, right now, it's just a process.
Yes, it
It's
is.
just a phase
Yes.
in the journey.
Yes.
Yeah,
What I love again about what Dr. Tyke is stating is her principles are really, for me, basically rooted in some of the things that we've read and heard from The Secret. But I want to tell you, before The Secret came out, this is old and ancient knowledge. This
absolutely.
is not, The Secret
Yep.
wasn't the
Napoleon Hill,
Napoleon Hill,
Think and
exactly
Hope
right.
Grow
James
Rich.
Allen.
Yes.
We have all these Shakti Gawain from Creative
Yeah.
Visualization. We have Louise Hay. We have all these wonderful authors who have brought forth Ernest Holmes, who brought forth all this cosmic knowledge for us to imbibe if we're open for it.
Absolutely.
Uh, I, I, I want to share something with the listening audience also, right? Or you can see and hear us, of course, is that Dr. Tyke exudes such a sense of zen and calmness. I could have her here every day. I tell you, I just feel so blessed and fortunate that she's sharing a part of her light with us today. And I really hope you're taking the opportunity to listen and to really appreciate the knowledge that this really wonderful, well admired physician has to offer. I'm so grateful that you're sharing this
Thank
with us.
you.
Tell us more. I just want to
Thank
listen
you.
to you.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I wasn't always here, and so I want to highlight that too for people too, because sometimes people think that, oh, that's them, and I'm here.
Mhm.
Everyone has this ability to reformulate, to rechange themselves,
Absolutely.
right? And I created this wellness program, Revitalize You, 2 years ago, and it's really through seeing those patients make real transformational changes in their lives and in their
Absolutely.
health, seeing them reformulate how they think, how they feel, how they live, that it created a shift in me. And I know you appreciate this. Being a physician, we sit in this amazing position to be really able to guide our patients
Yes.
and to do more than what just traditional medicine
Right.
does. Okay. And to be able to share with patients that they really have the key in their
Absolutely.
hands. I think it's just it's amazing potential for me, and I'm so grateful to have that. And I know you feel that
Oh,
that honor as
I
well.
totally agree with you
Yeah.
because I think as physicians, we're gifted to give even more.
Yes.
As a physician, I think our our lives are lives of service and lives of giving. And I think we're so fortunate to be able to, as you said again, to start sustainable changes in other people. Because as they change, so do we.
Right.
As they grow, so do we.
Right.
Because we're all connected in this whole sea of humanity. And we're all, as you said, people may think we just woke up and we were here. Not at all. This is a process. Life for us is a process. We're all in a state of flux, trying by the grace of God to be better people, trying by the grace of God to be of greater service and to live in a place of appreciation. We don't always make it, but we're still on the mode of knowing that if we don't do a lot of negative self-talk, then we can help change the world and we can help to plant seeds in humanity so that humanity can be better and so can we.
Absolutely.
I,
Absolutely.
I tell us about your book also because I know that's coming shortly.
Yes.
This is wonderful, and I hope
Can I
all of
hold
our
it up?
listening audience absolutely.
Yeah.
It's called Your Vibrant Heart.
Yes. Restoring health, strength, and spirit from the body's core.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I wrote this book because I wanted to share my message. All too often, I see patients coming to me and they're worried about their physical heart, right? Do I have a blockage? Do I have an arrhythmia?
Uh-huh.
And I want to tell patients that never mind the physical heart, right? In order to have a strong physical heart, you need to have an emotional, spiritual, mental heart be strong and aligned as well.
Absolutely.
And your vibrant heart, I just love that title.
I do too.
Vibrancy. It conjures up image of a strength, of
Yes.
spirit, of love, joy,
Sustainability.
health, hope,
Yes.
happiness,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and so the book really talks about all that you need to have dance and music and laughter in your life. You need to look at lifestyle practices such as meditation, tapping,
Yes.
yoga,
Yes.
exercise,
Absolutely.
nutrition. That those are the key component. And so I talk about health,
Hmm.
not of disease. I mean,
Right.
we cover the topics of cardiovascular diseases. I think it's important to recognize that it
Of
is
course.
the leading killer among both men and women.
In America.
Yeah, absolutely. A million deaths each year.
Yes.
I always like to say equal opportunity, killer.
Absolutely. Yes, it
Our
is.
women are just as, affected. And,
Right.
February was Heart Month.
Yes, it was.
And so, I'm a big supporter of the Go Red
Uh-huh.
for Women campaign. In fact, I'm giving a talk if you don't mind if
Oh,
I would
please,
take a
let's talk
plug of
about
that.
that.
Yeah, there's an International Women's International Film Festival that's going to be March 21st to the 24th in Beverly Hills, and I've been invited to speak on the topic of women and heart disease there.
Fantastic.
And part of the proceedings from the ticket sales are actually going to go to support the Go Red campaign. So I
Fantastic.
would love for your listeners
Well, I
to
hope everyone goes
support
out
that.
to support this and to support Dr. Tike because she's an awesome speaker. And more importantly, she's an awesome spirited woman. She was brought forth to bring change and she's doing it.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
really are. It's one thing to talk about involvement. It's very different to actually to do it. And as you said earlier, mindfulness, to be purposeful, and to know that now is what we have. So not to go to that place of one day I'm going to try and possibly kind of think about, no, do it
Absolutely. Yeah.
now.
Yep.
NOW.
Yep. And if I could share some of our results, we have
Absolutely.
had about 400 patients come through our wellness center.
Yes.
In total, they've lost over 10,000 pounds of weight in
That is
2 years. And
fantastic.
so
That is
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
How many lives have been changed like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
How many lives
absolutely.
were saved?
Yes,
You
yes,
know, we know with cardiovascular disease, if you just do really three things, you'll be better off. Number one is to lose some weight. Number two is to be mindful of your diet. Number three, of course, the exercise. If you just do those three, I think your your focus for a vibrant heart is really fantastic. I think it's cutting edge. I think it has a lot to offer with respect to having people really recognize that they're more than just the physical heart, that it is the spiritual, it is the psychic. It's more than simply the the cellular heart.
right.
Because the cells, as you know, and we both know, everything is vibrational. That's why I love the title, the vibrant heart, because the heart is this is vibrational energy. But there's also spiritual energy that's vibrational. There's psychic energy that's vibrational. There's even metaphysical energy.
Hmm.
So everything is vibrating. Everything we do, from our hearing to smell and taste, is all on a vibrational level.
Absolutely.
So the heart is a major organ that is a focus of that. It really is.
Yeah.
When does the book come out?
I'm gonna plan on bringing it out probably towards the end of the year.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and maybe even wait till February of next year for Heart Month. We'll see.
I think that would be a great year
Yeah.
to do it. That would be a great year. I want to say to everyone, Dr. Cynthia Tyke, her practice is in Los Angeles, here in the Burbank area, as well as Valencia. And I really hope you have a chance to not only go to see her, to be under her care, but more importantly, to meet her. She's a great speaker. If you want a speaker at everywhere from sure she go to your temple, to your church, to your hospital, to your community center, she's available. She's someone in the community who's really making a difference. I applaud Dr. Tyke. I appreciate her, and I want to thank her. I want to really thank her for making such an impactful difference, because as physicians, we're really blessed to be able to touch lives. And I always think that as physicians, we're no better than anyone else. We're no better than the veterinarian, than the sanitation worker, than the teacher. We're all here to be of service in this great, wonderful blended sea of humanity. And I think what you're doing is serving a higher order purpose. And I hope and believe that God will continue to use you to bring about greater change. I hope and believe that God will continue to bless you. And I want to just thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And could I give the people my
Oh,
website?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Please give them.
it's drcynthia.com. So just drcynthia.com.
Perfect. What about Facebook? Do you have
I
Facebook
have
or?
Facebook and Twitter as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Tyke, and I want to spell her name to you so you can get this properly. Cynthia. Last name is Thaik. So I want you to get that and write her name down. Refer her. Refer yourself to her, number one, but also your friends, your family. She's the real deal. So if you want a physician who is involved, who's not simply looking at you for your insurance benefits or if you're a cash paying patient, she's someone who will really take care of you. So I want to thank Dr. Tyke again for being with us. And you have my thumbs up. I vote for you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Dr.
Dr.
Tyke.
Thank you, Dr. Levi, and I applaud you too for what you're doing. I mean, I think
Well,
that we both have a purposeful mission, right?
oh, we really are. We're
Yeah,
here to help change the world by
yeah,
the grace of God. We only have now.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we'll be right back in 1 minute or so. This is Dr. Levi with the Dr. Levi Show. This is a wonderful Cynthia Tyke with us, a great, wonderful cardiologist here in Los Angeles. Please look her up and just go and be blessed by her. She has a lot to offer.
And I'm not supposed to.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi. We're back with the Dr. Levi Show. How amazing it was to have Dr. Cynthia Tyke on the show today. What an incredible powerhouse. I was just levitating here in the studio. I had to really contain myself. I wanted to jump up and down and just say, yes! Everything she said resonated so fully with me. She's just a great speaker. You know, her book, The Vibrant Heart, will be coming out later this year. She's just a wonderful asset to the world and more importantly to humanity at large. She really is making a difference. Her philosophies, her four-step approach to fitness and well-being, her demeanor. I mean, she literally here she sat right next to me, and I felt like literally there was a part during the interview. I have to share this with you all, where I wanted to sit back and say, "Can I just close my eyes and sit here peacefully? You can just speak." She has that type of. It was just a calming, peaceful energy, you know. And I'm always like razzed up like a rabbit, you know. Her energy was so extraordinarily calming. So I want to really thank Dr. Tyke, and I want to promote her to the fullest. I hope everyone goes out. If you need anything that's cardiovascular issue, you need a pre-op evaluation done, she's the person to go and have this done. She's just an extraordinary human being, a great physician, and a Harvard-trained cardiologist. So, and she'll be speaking again the 21st to the 24th of March here in Los Angeles uh, at the Beverly Hills? It's a Beverly Hills event. But you can go to her website and see that, of course, and I'll have it on my website later today. So just extraordinary guest today. I feel so pumped up. I have to tell you, I just feel good. Um, well, again, this is the Dr. Levi Show. This show is about you live in a place of me. If you can remember, M period E stands for living in a place of miraculous expectation, knowing that every day is a gift, knowing that you matter, knowing that you should have self worth no matter what other people think of you, it doesn't matter, knowing and believing that you're not garbage. You know, I want to say this too. A long time ago, a person told me when I was in school, a teacher told me that I was garbage, and I told my grandmother about it, and she said, "Oh, Levi, don't worry about that, baby, because God's in the recycling business." So I want to say that no matter what people tell you, love yourself, appreciate yourself, and know that your life matters, that you're important, and that God makes no mistakes. And I'm just grateful to have this show, grateful to have a platform whereby we can talk about the philosophies that are involved in everything from The Secret to Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, to the science of wealth with Waddle. I mean, I'm just grateful that we can have a platform to discuss these things and to know that medicine is about taking an integrative approach to mind, body, and spirit. You want to have all three connected. Why? Because that's how you have focused health and well being. And as Dr. Tyke talked about, it's purposefulness, it's mindfulness, it's living in the now. And as she said, it's unpacking the closet. It's going back to make sure that everything is looked at appropriately and appropriately categorized, that you don't keep taking that old baggage with you, that you make the appropriate changes to be the best person that you can be. So, with that said, I challenge you to live a life of appreciation. I challenge you to live a life of true, pure gratitude. I challenge you to live a life of service, to do something different, to do something for someone else, and to be in a place of forgiveness, knowing that no matter what people said about you or did to you, they can't stop you. Just remember, when God is for you, you are unstoppable. Just remember to live in a place of knowing invincibility, to live in a place of, I want to share this with you too. I spoke to a patient yesterday and he said, "Oh, Dr. Levi, I'm getting over, I'm a cancer survivor." And I reminded him, I said, "You're not a cancer survivor. You're a cancer victor. You want to be victorious over cancer, not survive. Survive means you just barely scrape through. We don't want to scrape through with life. We want to live a life of wealth, health, happiness, truth, goodness, and well-being. You want to live a life of expansion. So know that you are here to live in invincible victory. That's what the Dr. Levi show is about. Living in the invincibility of who and what you are and what your purpose is. So I just want to say the Dr. Levi show has a lot of love for you, a lot of appreciation. Be kind to children. Be kind to the vets. The vets, those men and women, they're our true heroes. And remember, Dr. Cynthia Thaik's book, The Vibrant Heart, it'll be out soon. Look her up on the web. Go to my website. We'll have her up on my Facebook page and website. And know that she's a great iconic figure who's making a change, not only in cardiology, but in integrative medicine and in people's lives, period. Well, this is the Dr. Levi show. I love the show. Guess what? Uh-huh. I love you. But you know what I want you to do? I want you to love you. It's not difficult. Just, as Nike says, just do it. All right, this is Dr. Levi. I look forward to seeing you next week, and God bless you, and make a difference. Remember, focus. Focus on what you want to have, not on what you don't have. And then simply imagine that you already have it. Feel the emotion of having it before you have it, and watch it manifest like magic. Life is magical. I love it. This is Dr. Levi. Have a great day.